Hello guys, welcome to this video tutorial. This is the voice of Victor Joseph right here. I will be your tutor throughout this session, all right? And today what we are going to look at is introduction to Pixellab, all right? I'm going to introduce you to the application that I'll be using for this tutorial. Let's quickly head on to Pixellab. This is Pixellab right here. Click it, open. All right, so this is Pixellab right here, and I'm going to be introducing you to this application. I'm going to show you all the basic tools that you need to know, everything that you need to learn in this particular application. Okay, if you are new to this YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos. All right, so let's head straight into that. So this is Pixellab. This is the interface, all right, of Pixellab. So when you open up your Pixellab, this is the first thing you're going to see. This is what you're going to see right here, and there are so many tools around here that you're going to explore. All right, so first of all, let's start from the bottom. All right, let's start from down here. Okay, so the first thing right here that you can see is your text tool, this letter A. But before that, let's go to the first tool that is at the edge here. So this particular one is for templates. All right, this is for templates. There are so many templates here that you can use. So many templates around here that you can use. All right, you see them, so many templates, but most of the times I don't usually use templates. I just create designs from the scratch. Okay, so you can just click this last one to start from the scratch. Then the next thing that you can look at is the text tool. All right, this is your text tool right here. Okay, and what does it do? As the name implies, it's called a text tool. So what does text tool do? It helps you to add text and edit text in your design. All right, so you click on that letter A and you will see text plus text here. All right, up here, click on it, and then you can drag this over and you can now edit. All right, on this text tool you can do a whole lot of things. So we are going to explore one after the other. The first thing we are going to do is to edit it. So you can simply edit the text. Okay, so this is it. Now click on it and let's type in something. Let's say graphic design. Click OK. All right, so this is it. This is your text right here. So what else can we do right here? We can simply change the font of this text. All right, so scroll over and you will see font. So on Pixellab there are default fonts right here, default fonts. Okay, so you're just going to select one of these default fonts in case you don't have any other font on your phone. If you don't have fonts on your Pixellab, there is a video in this YouTube channel that is going to show you exactly how to download fonts and install it into your Pixellab. All right, so check the description of this video and click the link to learn how to download and install fonts correctly into Pixellab. Go to the description and you will see the link to that video right in this video's description. All right, so now let's head straight. Let's just select one of these fonts right here. Okay, so yeah, there is it, graphic design. All right, so we've just successfully changed the font. So what else can we do? You can delete. Of course, you know what delete means. So this delete. Okay, so if you want to undo what you did before, there's one arrow up here close to the letter Pixellab. You see one arrow pointing towards the back. All right, so click on it and it will undo. Okay, so the next thing you can do is to copy. Of course, you know what copy is. If you click on it, it duplicates. Click on it again, it duplicates. All right, so that is what it means to copy. Just stay closely with me as we are going to be diving deeper into other things. These are just basics. All right, so the next is just order to front, order to back. And what does that mean? Okay, let's do it simultaneously. Let's see what order to front and order to back means. Okay, so now let's say I have a shape right here. Let me go over to the next tool. This next tool here is called a shape tool. All right, this is a shape tool, and then I can either import a shape or I can draw a shape right here, or I can import an image. Okay, so this import right here, this import here, this draw, and these another shapes that has already been placed there in Pixellab, like your circle, your your square, your rectangle, your triangle, and the rest of them. All right, so this is your shape. Let me change the color so that you see what we have. Okay, so this is it, but I don't like that color, it's too sharp. So let's simply come over and change it, reduce this. Okay, yeah, so that's better now. I just prefer something cool. All right, so now let me show you what it means to order to front. So let's go back to this text. Select the text, click on it. You will see then anytime you want to edit a text, you need to be on the text tool. So you click on the text tool, which is the letter A, and then order to front means the shape, the blue shape is covering some part of this graphic design text. So what do? You just click on to front and the graphic design text comes forward. All right, let me reduce the size so that it will be clearer. Increase this one as well. That's better. So make this white color. This is another tool right here, white color. This color, okay, so you can make it white. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. You can make it white. Then this makes the order to front and order to back very explainable. Now if it's at the back, you can't see it. Okay, that is order to back. So this order to front, and then this position, you can move it to the left or the right, up or down. All right, then this relative positioning, and this one helps to position it very real fast, real fast. All you have to do is, if you want to go down, just click on this one here. If you go down, if you want to go up, just click on this one here at your left hand side. It will go up. If you want it to be at the right hand side, let's change the color so that you see what we are doing. um let's see. Okay, yeah, that's fine now. So if you want it to come down, this is it, this one at the right hand side. Okay, bottom right. Okay, then if you want it to go up, bottom left. Then to the right hand side, you click this one. Then to the left hand side, you click this one. All right, so that's it. Then if you want it to be at the middle or at the center of the workspace, then so all you have to do is just to click this and this and this. All right, so that is it. And this text is at the very center of this workspace now. All right, so the next is your size. Of course, you know what size is, to increase or to reduce. All right, that's it. Then the next is padding. This padding works especially when you are using a font that has cut out some part of your text. Assuming any part of this text is hidden, all you need to do is just to click on padding and then increase it. If it's at the left hand side, just increase it and it will unveil that part. If it's at the right hand side, just increase the right hand side and it will unveil the part that is hidden. But for this particular font, there is no part that is hidden. Okay, so the next tool is the color tool, which you have already ascertained. This color. All right, so this color helps you to add just one definite color to this particular text or shape. But we are in text tool, so to this particular text. Okay, so this is the color. This is the tool that can help you to change colors. All right, you can select any color of your choice. Okay, any color of your choice at all, as long as it matches the design. Then the other thing under color is gradient. You see something called gradient. This gradient helps you to add more than one color to a particular shape or text. All right, so once you click on gradient, then come over and click on plus. So you can select down here and then click on this particular one here for color, and then you just increase. You can choose the color you want, however you want it. Let's just use this red. Okay, this one should be darker. Okay, so you see that it helps you to add a gradient, you see, more than one color to your text. So that is how gradient works. Okay, under color. The next is your texture. All right, so come over to texture. Texture helps you to add a particular kind of feel to your text. All right, it helps you to add a particular kind of feel to your text. And let's go over there. You can select any of the textures. Maybe you have a texture you have downloaded already into your phone. You can just select it and use. Let me check if I have any texture here that I would love to use. So let's pick this, then we'll now crop it. Okay, we'll now crop it. Click on OK. So you see that now this text is reflecting the texture. You see, so the color is gone. What we now have is that texture, that thing we just cropped over here. So if you have golden stuff, You can just do that. If you have golden texture, you can do that. Let me change the font of this. Okay, so that you'll be more visible, you'll be able to understand it better. All right, so let's make this background color black. Okay, so you see that is the texture that we just downloaded, that we just brought in, imported into Pixellab. Okay, so the next thing that is worthy of note with text tool is opacity. This opacity helps you to increase or reduce the visibility of the text. So click on opacity. If you begin to reduce it, it goes off. All right, it fades into the background till you can't see it again. But once it is increased, it becomes very visible. Then the next is rotate. Of course, you know what it means to rotate, either 100 degrees, 80 degrees, 60 degrees, 360, and the rest of them. Okay, so that is that. Then the next is masking tool. This masking tool helps you to mask out some parts of a particular text. All right, so click on the masking tool. You see that this particular place that is covered is no longer going to be visible. Okay, look at it. Let's just mask it and see. So click OK. You see that? So design is gone, only graphics is left. That is how it works. Let me delete this texture, please. I don't like it. And take our color back to white. Okay, then the next is, let's change the background back to white. So that is it. That is how you use your masking tool. Are we there? Masking tool. Let's just switch it off. Yes, so you discover that is visible now. All right, so there is another thing right there in the masking tool. If you click on it and you turn it on, if you click on in, anything inside the masked area will be invisible. But if you click on this out, anything outside the masked area will be invisible. That is it. Anything in will be invisible if you click on in, and if you click on out, anything out will be invisible. So that is that for that. Then the next thing is font. We've already talked about font, any kind of font style you want at all. So the next is your style, whether you want to make it bold, italics, and underline it. This last one is underline, this italics, this bold. Okay, so if you want to remove all this effect, all you have to do is just to click this last icon here with letter T and a cross across it. Just click on it and everything goes back to normal. Okay, so click on OK. Then the next is to curve. Of course, you know what it means to curve. Just click on curve and then you have this. You have this. You can reduce the size so that it will be more clear. Okay, so this is what we have. So increase it a little. So that is curved. This is curved. All right, that is what it means to curve, but we are not curving yet, so let's just forget about it. I don't use it most of the times. Okay, so the next tool under the text is your background. So your text can have a particular peculiar background to itself. All right, so if you click on background, you can set background. You see that it has displayed the background on it. All right, let's say red. So that's what it means. You can increase the padding. Either you want the left hand side to be longer than the right, or you want the right to be longer, whichever you want it. Whether you want it equal, that is just how to do it. You can increase it up and you can increase it down anyhow you want it. All right, you can increase the radius. If you don't want it sharp, you can curve it a little. And click OK. So the next is alignment. This is alignment, very important. Okay, so this alignment, there are three kind of alignment here. First is your left alignment, which is the default alignment normally. Then the second one is your middle alignment, center alignment, sorry, it's your center alignment. So you discover that the design is directly under the graphic, very centralized. Then the last is right alignment. Okay, so you can first justify it if it's not aligning well to your taste. All right, so let's just use center alignment and click marked. All right, so the next is spacing. Click on spacing. The first spacing is spacing in between letters and the other one is spacing in between words. So spacing in between letters means that once you are increasing it, one letter begins to go far away from the other. Okay, far away from the other. That is how it works. So that is how it works. If you want to use if you want to use word spacing, one word begins to go far away from the other. Let's edit this word. Let me not hit. Okay. Okay. So come over to spacing. Okay, so you see that design is going far away from graphic and the rest of them. Okay, graphic, the C, letter C is gone. Okay, yes. So the design was going far away when we're using spacing. Okay, so that's how it works. Then the next is line spacing. That is in between lines. Let me show you what that means. Come over to edit this text. Let's hit enter so that we have two lines of text. All right, so this is okay. So now what do we do? Come over to line spacing, this one, and then increase. You discover that design is far away from graphics now in terms of line. Okay, so that is that. So undo. We don't want to increase the spacing. And the next one is your stroke. The next one is your stroke. So click on stroke, then activate it. You see that? You see the effect of stroke on this? That is how it works. So click on it. You can increase the stroke. You can increase the stroke. Let's say 10. You can decide to use 10 or whichever one you want. It's all a matter of creativity at the end of the day. Alright, so that's it. Okay, so the next is shadow. You can add shadow to your text, of course. You see that shadow, that black shadow effect right there? Yes, so that is it. You can reduce the opacity to 70 so that it won't be too obvious if possible. Then the blur radius, how wide you want it to cover, the range you want it to cover, you can increase it. And then outer glow helps the shadow to come out very, very much. Okay, so enable it. You see that it increases. Let's disable now. You see it has reduced. So outer glow, either whether you want it, or it's either you like it or you don't like it. So you can just choose if you would love to use that outer glow. Okay, so the next is inner shadow. Inner shadow, this shadow falls into the text. Other shadows fall behind the text, but this particular shadow falls into the text. Okay, so come over to inner shadow, click on it and enable it. You see that graphic design became darker because it's too much. So let's reduce it and give it this color. Let's give it this baby pink, I think. So click on OK, and a whole lot of other things that you can do right here. The other one is emboss and the rest of them. So you can also use your 3D rotate. You see that 3D rotate. You see, that's what you've got. That's what you've got. Increase the size. Let's see. Wow, we're having something nice, right? We're having something nice, I think. So let's see. Let's come over to our text tool still and increase the background, the bottom of the background. Okay, so that will be balanced. Alright, so the next we are going to do is what again? The shape tool. So we are going to explore the shape tool. So now what are we going to do? First of all, you can bring in stickers. Okay, these are stickers you can bring in. Look at stickers and the rest of them, you can bring them in. There's so many stickers out there. So many stickers out there. You look at them. So you can download them and bring them in. Okay, so many stickers out there. Then the next thing we are going to do is our, of course, you can delete, you can crop, delete, that's all. Then you can undo, then crop. You can crop some part out of the particular image. You see that? So undo. Then you can copy, of course, to be more than one. Then you can order to front or to back, to front or to back. Then you can add put relative position. There's a particular place you want it to be positioned, so just come over to relative position, hit down. If you want it up, you hit up. Okay, So the next thing we are going to do is what again? Size. Of course, you know what size is, how big and how small it is, or it's going to be all depends on the size. All right, so we have color. Can decide to add color to all that and that. So as I mean, you drew your shape and you want to add color, fine, you can choose any particular color and add. All right, so the next is your texture. You can also add texture to it. You can add texture to your work just as we added to the text. Okay, so the other one is opacity, as related to the text tool, just as related to the text tool. Okay, so the next is your color filters. Color filters helps you to filter your color, like enhance your image, add some effect and all that. If you don't like the color you were given, you can do something to it. All right, so that is how it works. That is for color filters. Then also you have your stroke, just like what you have in your text tool. All right, you have your stroke. You see that? That is it. You can also increase the size and do something nice with it. Okay, so the next we are going to do is your eraser. You can erase some part. Click on eraser, you can erase some part of this. Okay, what do you do? All you need to do is just to come over and increase the size of this thing, and then drag, click and drag. So you have erased that part. Look at it, it has taken effect right here, but the stroke will be following it. So that is that. So you can remove the stroke, you can undo, actually undo. Okay, so the next is mask tool, just like we did in terms of text. Then eraser color, erase color. Okay, enable it. Okay, then come over to this pen sucker here. After one, you will see figure one. After that one, there is something here. Okay, so click on it and then pick the color you want to erase. Let's say you want to erase this yellow. So you have clicked it, you have selected yellow, click on mark. All right, you see that that item is gone right from there. It's gone from there. Then the next thing we are going to do, we can rotate as well. Okay, we can rotate. Then we can do other emboss and the rest of them. Right, so that's that for that. Then the next tool that we are going to check is the background tool. The background tool, number one, you have your color. As I've earlier stated, you can choose any color that you wish to. It all depends on your choice. So the next is transparency. This is most useful when you are working on a logo. Okay, so you can transparent the background of the logo. You can do something after you have worked on the logo, you transparent it, so it's no longer, there is no background, it's only the text. Like if I export this now, there will be no background right here, it's only the text that will be there. And the next we are going to do is image size. You can set up your image size. Okay, there are presets for you here. Come over. If you want to do your profile picture, it's a perfect square. If you want to do your YouTube channel banner, YouTube thumbnail, Facebook cover art, and all the rest of them, they are all here on Pixellab. So you can choose any of them and work with it. Then the next is if you want to use an image for your for your background. Okay, there are preset images on Pixellab. So you can come over and select any of these images. You can come over and select any of these images, including the dimension. Okay, so you can select any of these images for your ad. So the next item, the next tool we are going to look at is your is still your background tool. Then you can select image from your gallery. Okay, let's say this, and let's do perfect square. I'm just using it. Let's just, okay, so now this image is immovable. You can't move it because you have already used it for your background. So this image now is now the background of this particular design. So every other thing you're going to do is going to be on this particular image. Okay, so let's let's just choose color and put white that we have been working with, white. Okay, so the next is what, still your background tool. The last two tools at your right hand side is, they are both background tools. The next background tool there is, this is it. These are the things you can do on this last one. Number one, you can add vignettes. That is vignettes. Okay, that is vignettes. Number two, you can add noise such that is not Totally white is kind of noisy, but most times I don't apply it to white. I apply it to other colors because I love my white to be white. Okay, so that's that. And the next is stripe. You can add stripe, okay, but I don't want it to be very visible. You don't want it to be very visible either. All right, so you can just look at it. You can reduce it, but the effect is still there. Okay, so that is that. Then the next is the brightness and the rest of them. You can increase, you can reduce, and you can do a whole lot of things at that other side. All right, so the last set of tools we are going to consider are the ones at up, the ones at the top of Pixellab. Number one, you have the plus button. This one you can use to add text, just as we did down there. You can use it to add shapes. You can use it to pick image from your gallery. All right, let's just click from gallery. Let me bring in some images. Okay, you can only select one image per time. Okay, yeah, so click on it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to select more than one image into your Pixellab right away. You want to know how to select more than one image into your Pixellab right away. This is what you're going to do. All you have to do is just to come over to your shape tool. Click on shape tool. This tool after letter A is shape tool, that tool there. So click on it, then come over to import. This import. So tap on import very, very fast, like 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, so now the number of times you tap is equivalent to the number of images you'll be able to import. Look at it. You can do this one, it loads again, you do another one, it loads, you do another one. So I was able to tap only 3 times. Okay, so you click on OK, you click on OK, you click on OK. So you've been able to bring these 3 images all at once into Pixellab. All right, I believe you love that trick. Okay, so ordinarily you wouldn't have been able to import more than one image per time into Pixellab, but then that is the hack. All right, you are just in introduction and you're already learning hacks. Oh my god. All right, so if you are new here, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel immediately and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos. All right, and if you're a returning viewer, kindly hit the subscription button if you have not subscribed, and make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos. All right, so that is that for importing. And then the next we are going to do is what else? The next tool is, you already know what it means to undo, right? Yes. So the tool at the top of undo is the saving tool. That's what you use to save. Number one, if you are working on Pixellab, you save as project first. You save as project first. Okay, you click on OK. So now this is saved. Okay, sometimes if your data is on, Pixellab might display some adverts. Okay, so it's better you just leave your data off, just switch it off before you start working. All right, so when you click on this, you save as project. That is saved. So later you can come back to edit the particular project that you want. Before you save as image, save as project first before you save as image, and before you close down your Pixellab, so that when you export and you have sent it to your client, the client might have 1 or 2 corrections to make. So you come over to the project and make the correction. All right, so yeah, next is just this here, which is to save. All right, to export it, which is same as save as image. Then how do you export high resolution? Come over to the format, click on that arrow and select PNG. Then come over to dimensions, click on that arrow and select ultra. So with this you have high resolution image. All right, so that is it. Then the next tool under it is your zoom tool. You can use it to zoom in or zoom out. All right, that's it. All you need to do to zoom is just to pin or push. All right, so you can pin it down using 2 fingers to zoom out, then zoom in. That is how it works. Then the last set of tools is your grid line. You have your grid line. This is for alignment purpose. If you want to align your work perfectly, you are advised to use grid lines. Then the other one is, we have quotes. Okay, we have quotes here. If you wish to use any of the quotes, Pixellab has a whole lot of quotes. This quote, what is this one saying? I really believe that everyone has talent, ability, or skill that he can mine to support himself and to succeed in life. Oh yes, 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 yes. Graphic design is one of those skill that you can mine to support yourself and to succeed in life. A lot of wealth can be accumulated through graphic design. All right, so that is it. And that you're a smartphone designer doesn't limit you in any way. You can become good and you can earn good money from it. So the last set of tools is just these three dots here, is the same things that are applicable to the background tool down there. Okay, so the last is this layers. Okay, so this one is very important. This is where all everything that you have brought into Pixellab, this is where they will be. Your text, your shape, your images, your whatever, this is where they are going to be. So you, from here, you can delete any of them. You can delete, so that one is gone. You can hide. You can hide this eye icon that has one slash across it is hide. So you have hidden the quote. You see that the quote is no longer up here. It was up here just now. It's no longer there. So you can bring it back. That's it. You can lock. You can lock. You can keep it on lock such that you cannot move it. Once it is locked, you can't move it from anywhere. Okay, so the next is you can edit. You can use this particular pen to edit it, either to copy or to edit or to order to front or to order to back, and to change the color. Okay, that's that. Then the last is you can delete. Of course you have deleted, so you can undo it. Then the next thing is how to merge. Okay, or how to move one layer up and then the other layer down. What do? All you need to do is just to click and hold this dot. All right, you see those 8 dots at the left hand side. Just click and hold it, so you can now move. Sorry, you can now move it to any position you want. To any position you want. You can now move it to any position you want. Okay, so the next is you can merge it. You can merge things together. How do you do that? Come over to this one down here, this tool down here, click on it. You can now mark, and then if you have marked all the elements that you want to merge, just come over to this one at the middle, this tool at the middle, and click on it. Are you sure you want to merge the selected object? Okay, so let's see what we merged. Okay, we merged graphic design and the cakes together. All right, so you can simply undo. So it has unmerged everything. All right, so that will be all for introduction to Pixellab. I believe you got a lot of value from this particular video. If you did, kindly hit the subscription button and make sure you hit the notification bell so that I can get notified whenever I post new videos on this particular channel. Thank you for staying around till now. I remain Victor Joseph. Do have a wonderful time. Bye.